This is very annoying. Looks like I'm gonna have to remove this entire top plate just to remove that screw there. There we are. I mean, to be fair, probably once it goes in there, that might have to come off anyway. One of those is a bit bent. Now, will the included baffle actually fit? Seems to be the wrong way around. I can get that in there, yeah. It's not gonna fit on properly, is it? It's like the card itself isn't gonna fit either. Okay, it's very much back to the drawing board then. I guess I can bend that out of place. That's how that fits. A little bit janky, but let's see if we can get it to work, eh? All for the sake of just tinkering with stuff. Can I just remove that piece? Not without removing that Wi-Fi antenna. I think I just need to bend that down. This is precision engineering at its best. That is in. I'm not really happy with that though. So I'm going to take this out and then I'm going to bend it and put it back. I think it's like, do you want a fun project like this? Or actually, are you just going to get wound up with it? Pulled off the Wi-Fi antenna. Great job. Does that need to be soldered on there? Yes, I will need to solder that on again in the future. So could have just taken the whole thing out. Okay, let's put the card back together and hope we can get the thing in. I do think the other issue I'm going to have is it just absolutely being a roasty toasty little box in there because there's no ventilation on the top cover. Maybe that's something I can just add. What's it sitting on there? I think this whole thing's just going to have to come off after all. There we are. And this go on there. Of course, it doesn't quite fit. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Now, with this monstrosity that I've created, will the lid go back on? Because if the lid doesn't go back on these, they don't start, although I could probably trick it. No, that baffle is just going to stop it, so I cannot have any type of nice thing. Oh, unless that's meant to go on the inside. Of course it is. There we are. That's better. Still doesn't go in there, that one. I don't know. Maybe it's clearly not as easy as it is made to look. Maybe we watch these videos to see it done elegantly and not as I've just done there, making an absolute pig's ear of things. There we go. I do have a front cover on though. I do have a graphics card in its X16 slot, although it doesn't have a back cover plate, and I'm going to power it on and see what kind of performance I get now. And I'll pay a lot of attention to those thermals. Okay, so how did it do? Well, first things was first, I ran the CPU benchmark, that was just fine, but then the moment that I told it to do the GPU benchmark, it went ahead and turned itself off. It didn't last very long at all, and I wondered, is that because it was just an absolutely boiling hot little box with its metal cover on, or if it was actually the power supply. And it turns out that the standard 65-watt power supply it comes with, that just wasn't enough to power a GPU at the same time as the CPU, and so you do need to budget for getting one of the 135-watt power supplies that cost about 20 quid from eBay. So that's an official Lenovo one, which apparently it plays a little bit better with. So either, if you're planning to add a GPU, find one that comes with a 165-watt power supply, or budget that extra bit for one. Then running the CPU benchmark, no real change there as you'd expect. Slightly lower on the single core actually. But the GPU benchmark, good news there, 56,000 points really, which is pretty good. I guess that's what you'd expect from a 3050 GPU. So working just fine. But then plugging that in and gaming on it just to really test it out, because the games are one instance where the GPU will go as hard as it possibly can before it either gets bottlenecked or gets firmly throttled, and that's what happened quite quickly. Because the GPU in this, with the standard metal cover, has no ventilation at all, and as I expected, it very quickly became a boiling hot little box, and it just couldn't get rid of that heat fast enough. And so gaming was a impossible experience. Very quickly, the fans just fired, both of them going overtime, and the GPU went up to like 99 degrees C. And then of course, although it started out all right, hitting nearly 60 frames a second on 1440p, I actually very quickly, I was back like 1080p, like mid settings. And even then, nothing stable, like really often dipping below any kind of usable frame rate really. I looked for solutions and I thought, well, is there a way just to trick it and run it without a box? And I'm sure there is, but then decided to get something like this. But there was hope, because at least that GPU benchmark was good. It didn't die, it kept on going. So